Okay, pre-algebra. Today you are doing several things. On the first page you are you have a bunch of function tables and you are trying to figure out what the rule is to go from x to y. So you just have to try things out, and remember that I told you that some of them had two rules, and so if you can't go straight from one to the other, you might have to multiply by something, subtract, add, those kind of things. So you might do more than one thing. So let's look at this one. If we just go with the basic and say adding something, 6 plus 9 is 15. But 8 plus 9 is 17, so we know right away that we're not just adding. We're going to need to multiply something. I could say 6 times 2 is 12, and then to get to 15 I'd add 3. Okay, so let's try that with the 8. 8 times 2 is 16, and adding 3 gives me 19. So that doesn't work. Another thing I could try is maybe 6 times 3. I could multiply by 3. So if I said 6 times 3, that would give me 18. And then from 18, I could go back 3 to 15. Okay, so that would be multiplying by 3, subtracting 3. Let's see if that works with 8. 8 times 3 is 24, and 24 minus 3 is 21. So it works there. Let's try the last one. 12 times 3 is 36, and then 36 minus 3 is 33. So that's what it is. So you're going to write multiply by 3 minus 3. That is your rule. And that's it. So you just have to spend a little time working it out and seeing what works, and you'll figure them out. On this page I have three different things. We're going to start with the function table here at the top, and this first number is a -2. Let me fix that. So I can look at these and see, first thing I'm going to try is just adding up. It's easy to do that with the 5. 5 plus 5 is 10, so let's look at -2 plus 5. -2 plus 5, I see that that is a positive 3. -1 plus 4, or wait, not plus 4, plus 5. Plus 5, that is also a positive 4. So this one's an easy one. We're just adding 5, so you can write plus 5 underneath. The other two things down here, this is going to be on the back side. You're going to be given a listing of ordered pairs, and you have to decide if that listing is a function. So what we're looking for, remember, is only look at the x's first. If any of the x's are the same, then you look at the y's. And here I have a -2, a -3, a -8, and a 2. All of those are different, so this is a function. Now when I look at a graph, when you do a graph, you're going to look to see if I make a vertical line anywhere on the graph. Does it cross it just once? So I'll use a different color, and I can put a vertical line there. It only crosses it once. If I try it again, it only crosses it once there. No matter where I put a vertical line, I'm only going to be crossing what's graphed, that upside down V, one time. So this one, yes, is a function too. So let's look at the next page. This set of ordered pairs, remember, you're going to look at your x's. So I have a 5, a 3, a 5, and a 3. 5 repeats and then 3 repeats. This 5 has a -1 and this 5 has a 3. We automatically know it's not a function, but it's also if you look at the two x's, or the two 3's, this 3 has a -2 and this 3 has a -7. So we know it's not a function. So we're going to write not a function there. On this last one, on the graph here, we have a kind of a weird curve, and we're going to test it by using a vertical line. If I put a vertical line right here, I see it crosses this thing that's graphed in 4 places. It can only cross it once, so we know it is not a function. So you'd write not a function or no or whatever, and that's it. Looking at the last thing you're going to do, this is the table of values that we did before Christmas break. And it just is going to give you the equation like this up here. You make a table of values like this, and you can use -2, 0, 2 as your x values every time, or you can pick different ones or whatever. Just if you use low numbers, it'll be easier to graph. And you're going to put those numbers that you pick here in for your x in your equation, and then find out what y is, and then that would go here. So how this works is I'm going to go y equals -3. I'm going to try it with the -2 instead of the x now. Plus 1, and then I just finish solving that. -3 times -2 is positive 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7, so I put a 7 there. Next I would try a 0, and you guys discovered today that when you put a 0 in for x, that it's always just whatever number is out here, because negative 3 times 0 is just 0. So that's a 1. And now, let me erase this. Putting a 2 in for x, I get y equals negative 3 times 2 plus 1. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And negative 6 plus 1 gives me negative 5. So that goes there. Then I would take those. Hang on, I got to add a picture. And let's put that up there. Okay, so I would take those points and I would graph them on my line, on my graph. So I'm going to go negative 2 and then up 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's the very top. And then 0, 1, which would just be right there in the middle. And then 2, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm just going to draw a line to connect the dots, arrows on each end, and that's it. If it doesn't make a straight line, you know you made a mistake. And that's all for today. If you have any questions, just let me know. See you tomorrow.